Hey, DJ.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings coming up next.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline. His accuracy and continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Here's Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And some room to work. There he goes, right side. And bulldozing his way through. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 11. 39 yards there, a big one. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. McCarthy, right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch of the game for Adams, and he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
To the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That is caught, and he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run with Hall. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Jeremy Ruckert. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watch the other side just... All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive.
Touchdown, Jets! Breece Hall from 19 yards away. And the Jets have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss. Gets out. And off he goes.
And into the end zone. Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. As they've got it as we resume action. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They go play action here on first down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now their last two drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Rodgers now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second.
throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Rodgers going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On play action, Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Greener running in to pick up the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On the return is Powell. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. McCarthy setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Quinnen Williams. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in helping him.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Hassan Reddick. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Off the play fake. McCarthy sliding out of the pocket. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him, so they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the Jets 17-yard line.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, fourth down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on fourth down. That's what
he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now he'll escape to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. They dialed up a 3rd and 1 blitz defensively. It worked.
Yeah, and a lot of people would think, hey, they thought pass and they guessed right. In a lot of cases, you bring the blitz just to mess up the blocking on a running play. Instead, in this situation, the run wasn't there. They just followed everything right back to the quarterback.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Powell on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Open. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Look at the spin. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 65 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early? One from them became great later.
Who would that be?
Maybe one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a throw here to his running back. A heck of a move.
Man.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Samuel Aguavin from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. To throw on 2nd down, McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. This one's... Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Jets ready to get... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, 24 yards. And the Vikings have broken our tie and have taken a 4th-quarter lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man here is Conklin. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll run with Hall. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Now Rodgers. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
To throw is Rodgers. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Rodgers to throw. It's complete to Williams. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
Don't forget the extra point, it's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Here comes second down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. On third down, here's Jones. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, into overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game?
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Now a first throw here in overtime. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Jets will take over. The Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game from the 41. Here's 2nd and 3. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? First down pickup of 8. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Rolling to his right. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And now we're going to get a a timeout called by the defense as they'll burn their final one here and let that kicker stay out and think about it a bit more. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play call to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light is still on for him.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the defense as they'll burn their final one here and let that kicker stay out and think about it a bit more. Here's 2nd and 3. An inside give to Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Well, the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything. And when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this. And in this case, they were actually able to win it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it.
Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.